Are you waiting for the Alpha 1.9er Whitley to be delivered to your doorstep? I know I am. I'm waiting for them to be shipped, but this is not about the Whitley. This is about an Alpha 1.9er bag though. This is a long overdue review, something I promised long ago, a comparison video of the Alpha 1.9er Full and the Alpha 1.9er LITE. The Full is what I got on my back. The big difference being the laptop compartment, some extra weight, and really that's about it. So if you want to see my full review of the Alpha 1.9er Evade LITE version, just to see all the interior pockets, all that stuff, you can click a link up above. If you want to see a comparison of the LITE and the Full, you're in the right spot, because this is what that video is all about. Comparing the two different versions and seeing what's different, one's better, is all going to be a personal preference about what you're carrying. So this is the Alpha 1.9er Evade 1.5 LITE and Full comparison review. Let's do it! All right, today, much like a previous video, the Tale of Two Light Speeds, this is the Tale of Two Evades. And I've done a previous video on this one, the Evade 1.5 in the LITE version in multicam black, which is just one of my favorite colors. So I got a different colorway, the ballistic nylon Evade Full, which was on back order, but I finally got it. I've had it for a week or two, used it in everyday carry mode, got it totally decked out with all the tech you could possibly put in here. We're gonna take a look at the differences mostly in this video. Again, I did a previous video on this bag and just couldn't say enough about it. And so while we wait for the Whitley, we're gonna take a look at the ballistic nylon 1.5 Evade Full version. Let's do it. All right, so I really do love ballistic fabric. It just does give you a very powerful look, very specific, very unique look to a bag that's in ballistic material. It is a little bit heavier, but that's just something to think about when you're looking at ballistic. It is very wear resistant, and for me, in a travel mode, classic black is going to be the way to go when you're not really looking to stand out and have that tactical look about you that the multicam black offers. So in a single bag transit mode, this one's probably perfect for you because it has internal volume enough for, you know, a weekender mode travel, and then tons of ways to carry things as you go about your daily life. Now the way you access things in this bag is different than say a GR1 because you can live out of the bag. You don't have to remove all your stuff first. You actually can unload those tech pouches, those lovely tech pouches, and put all the things inside this front organization area so that you can just use stuff on the go versus having to pull something out and then use it then. You just live out of this bag, much like the LITE version. And again, the feature layout is essentially the same between both bags. The interior features look very, very similar. The outside bag, the pocket layouts, we're going to give you an overview here. But really, the genius of this, the full version, is this laptop compartment that's in the back. And it is spacious, feature-rich, and enough room for multiple devices. So if you've got one laptop, an iPad mini, you name it, probably at least 3 things will fit back here and be totally protected. Very protected, I would say. And then you still have the rest of the bag to pack the rest of your stuff. And then on the go, whether you're in the airport, in the airplane, you name it, you have very quick and easy access with a buttery smooth zippers that they put on all of the Evade bags from Alpha 1.9er. So that is great. So let's look at a brief view of the outside inside features and then tell you what I think and how I would use each of these bags, the LITE and the full version of the Evade 1.5 from Alpha 1.9er. A lot of words. Outside features of the bag, again, this one's in ballistic nylon, and one thing that I don't typically use, but you could use, and if you were going to use this as maybe an outdoor kind of bag, single bag, go about your daily business kind of thing, it comes with some shock cord that you can route through these little loops that are on the front, and then you can, you know, put a jacket in there, something, and have it just attached to your bag. I don't like that personally, but you could do that. And there's loops in the bottom too to kind of route that whole thing through and just keep that jacket or whatever you wanted on the outside. Maybe a helmet if you were riding on a bicycle, you name it. It's good, you know, sit on the outside of the bag. no problem. There is one loop panel on the front. It's a little oversized, not 2x3 like most of my patches are, but that's fine. You could put multiple patches on there if you really wanted to. They all ship with a silencer, so a panel that matches that. So my ballistic nylon silencer is on the inside bag. The same thing with the other bag that has the multicam black silencer on it that matches the pattern, and then you can just put it on the inside when you're not using it and you're putting your favorite patches on there. So another feature of the outside bag that again just happens to be almost a requirement now if I acquire new bags is some sort of top pocket. And a lot of the other companies put them sort of in the back that use the space on the front, or like the Evergoods bag, it uses this little area of the bag. But in the Alpha 1 NINERs, they like to use the front part of the bag. In this case, this is the very top, and it is a padded pocket, so very comfortable to put sunglasses, reading glasses, AirPods, phone would all fit in there very nicely and not get scratched up with the other material. It just feels very nice. And the fact that it's on the top in the front of the bag, if you sit this somewhere next to you in a chair or even in the airplane, it's just an easy way to access these things. And because it's not in the top, it's just, it's a little bit easier to access. So I'm a fan of that pocket for sure. And the fact that they line it with this softer material is fantastic for putting things in there and not just worrying about it. But again, I just put glasses and AirPods typically in those top pockets. Maybe my phone, but normally my phone's in my pocket, so I don't really worry about it because I'm not putting it in the bag. Exterior wise, the handles are all awesome on both of these bags, just very nice and very comfortable and padded. So I just love that feature, the fact that the handle's got some dimension to it, sticks out from the bag, and is just very comfortable if you were to just lug this bag around. Compression straps both bottom and top, which helps you if you're carrying things like tripods, which I have done with my other bag. Normally this bag is gonna live in camera hauler mode, so I'm gonna have probably, and I've done this already, 2 tripods, one on either side, all latched in together, and it just holds things perfectly, as long as they fit inside there. And more, I'll show you that when I compare the bags side by side. But normally a water bottle holder, and so this one just has the 18-ounce Yeti. That's kind of my go-to day-to-day version. But if I was going long duration, I got a 46-liter Yeti that you'll see in the other bag, and that just sticks up a little bit taller but still fits in these bottle pockets. And again, because they're elastic, they kind of compress in. And so when they're not being used, out of sight, essentially, you'd have to really look closely, especially on black, to kind of see that feature there. Now, again, the back of the bag has the same straps as on the LITE, no different. Very nice paddedness to it. Load lifters, if that's your jam, definitely have load lifters. Very adjustable to make sure this bag fits to you. They got some strap keepers in there so you can cinch down all the extra material. It's great because you are going to have extra material once you customize this bag to you. Sternum strap, love it. And this is one of the more, I would say, comfort sternum straps, not like the GoRuck versions. They've got a little bit of a material in there, elastic, so to make it comfortable on your chest as you're wearing it to the airport. It keeps the straps from falling all over, but it still protects and gives you a little bit of give, so it's a little more comfortable on you. The straps are long, so lots of extra loop, extra webbing down there, but they include a keeper, so you can wrap them up and then keep them in there so they're out of the way, which is cool. They're just a little long for my liking, but that's not a big deal. Much like the LITE and like the Brown Buffalo bags, they have these little buckles on there, so you can just totally remove the straps out of your way, or incorporate different things into your carry. I don't care, it doesn't matter. But it is just a feature that's not on very many bags. Really, the Brown Buffalo and the Alpha 1 NINER bags is all I've seen it so far. There's a very nice back panel. Now, this is sort of like the Axiom in terms of comfort. And as this bag is packed out with a ton of tech, they've got these ridged, padded areas and an empty spine air channel down the middle. And so for me, this is not the most comfortable of bags on my back. It's not maybe as bad as the Axiom 24, but this one is good, and it's padded enough to keep this tech off your back. A little airflow through there, and it works out just fine. There is a little strap in here that you could use to put over your luggage if you used a wheeled bag. I don't ever, because I'm a backpack guy. So that's a little bit of Velcro in there to keep it down. That's a nice little touch and detail that great companies include. Again, some nice stitching in here to keep these straps in place. And again, I just like the buckle feature just in case, and really, an emergency. And paramedics could just clip this off versus ruining your bag by cutting off the straps. So there you go. Maybe it's a motorcycle bag for you or a bicycle bag. Doesn't matter. You do you. Now, before we get into the pockets, let's talk briefly about the addition of this laptop compartment. Now, the biggest problem with adding that is the weight. And so I weighed both this bag and the LITE version. Here's what they look like side by side. And this, of course, heavier fabric, full version, and the other one is 500D in a LITE, so it's missing this whole compartment. And you're about 1.2 pounds, definitely over a pound difference between these bags. So that's a huge percentage of the bag's empty weight side by side. So yeah, I took everything out and weighed both bags, and so that's what they weigh. So it is an increase in weight, and I'm not gonna lie, when it's empty and you're just picking up the bag, you're like, what's in here? It's a little heavy, and it does feel heavier just as you're lugging it around, with all your other backpacks, throwing it around. So there you go, just something to consider. It does add a little bit of weight when you go up to this full version. Whether that's a deal breaker for you, I guess that's personal preference. But again, I went the extremes from 500D. I guess I could have gone X-Pack, but 500D compared to the ballistic material version of the full. So that's just the weight consideration that you might want to think about. Now let's go into the inside features, and namely, we're going to start off with the best, the laptop compartment. Inside features, let's go. Inside features of this bag, and I do love it. We'll take the water bottle out because this is going to get in the way. But the laptop compartment is by far the selling point of the reason you would get the full in the first place. So we're going to spend a lot of time in this part of the compartment. So very, very awesome, and a ton of features. Lots of little pockets, and this back pocket is totally padded, and there's a little bit of padding in the bottom, not totally suspended, but there's padding in there to protect whatever you put in this back pocket from impacting the ground. There's also another main compartment and a pocket in the back. So what do I have in the pocket? Well, I've got the venerable 12.9-inch iPad Pro, and that is suspended, and that fits in there perfectly. And then in the very bottom, I've got the 13-inch MacBook Pro, again, padded, and there's a little bit of padding in the very bottom of that to protect whatever you got from impacting the ground. So cool, suspended, padded, fantastic. There's nothing gonna get damaged, in my opinion, in this back panel. And so you got that, and then you got this open capacity in between, so if you had another little light jacket or something thin, maybe some documents and folders, who handles paper anymore? But whatever you've got is gonna fit in there because you've just got a ton of room in this back pocket. So it's not just a single laptop sleeve, it's room for multiple tech. And again, like I said, I have both this MacBook Pro 13-inch, the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, all on top, and you can see they fit in there perfectly. And there's tons of room. And actually, didn't even talk about it, there's another sleeve. So if you had a mini in there, you could put that in there. Just tons of features in this back pocket that makes it, if you're going to go with this pocket, or if you want to go with the full, you want to make sure that pocket's worth it. This one's worth it if you needed to carry multiple tech with you. And sometimes I do. And so if I'm traveling and I need to edit, I use the iPad to edit, and then I want full features of a laptop, I got all of it, and it all fits in the full, perfect. And it fits really nicely in there. So I'm a fan of this bag if you have to travel with multiple tech. So that's the biggest benefit. Much like the Evade, this pocket is no different. And it goes all the way to the bottom, and there's lots of other features. Like they've got this zipped pocket in the front, so I've just got a charging brick in there, so that's some other in this mesh pocket things you can see. And then here's the inside dimension of this top pocket, so that does, show up in there. This pocket here is big enough for, in this case, the standard iPad, and with room to spare. I've also got some charging stuff in the bottom of this pocket, so that's pretty cool. Loop fabric on this entire interior part, so if you didn't like this organizer, and this comes with the bag by the way, both the LITE and the full come with this you know, basically Velcro out pocket. Then you could take it out and you could put something else in there. If you had a brown buffalo or some other little organizer, or maybe a Philip Raybock, whatever you wanted, you could put in there and it would work out. This thing is perfect though. Pens, pencils, phones, IDs, you name it. A zippered pocket in the back for bigger things that you want to hide in there. Passport maybe. It's just lots and lots of features. There's also a D-ring up in here, so if you want to put your keys, cool. But this pocket really makes this bag a standout in my opinion. The reason why I'm going to keep one of these bags, I'm not exactly sure which one, but because of this front pocket, the fact that you can just travel easily and work out of the bag without taking all your stuff out. So very easy airport working bag, and it's just on the go kind of bag for me. I've already hit on the interior front padded front pocket, so it's awesome. Not going to spend any more time in here. And then, you know, really, I've got this bag overly packed out, I would say. And again, clamshell design, so you can just boom. And like most of the bags, they've got I've got a D-ring on the top, but two mesh pockets with some pleats so you can fill them out, pack them out with more stuff. And those are great. What would fit in here? A cap 1L would fit in the bottom one for sure. A little narrow for the top, but you could jam one in there if you needed to. So you would put just other little items in there and have plenty of room. The main compartment is definitely spacious. So, and this is just an idea of how you could pack this out. This one's in weekender mode. No shoes, no room for shoes in this volume size. But I've got the cap one packed out with other stuff. And I've got a, you know, this is the Go Rock Field Pocket in the GR1 size. Also fits in there. Nice little tandem. The Step 22, it's just a little too deep for this because this, just the dimensions. You could fit in there, jam anything in there if you wanted to. But in my opinion, the Evergoods depth fits way better in this size bag for either of the Evades. I got the packing cube from Go Rock. Again, I've hit this on multiple videos. Just it's kind of my go-to for clothes because it keeps everything in one little spot. And then you can go nuts with this looped and Molly webbing back panel. So you can customize this with whatever you wanted. So if you wanted to take one of these versions of the GR1 field pockets and lash it in there and have it as a permanent solution, semi-permanent because you can always remove it, then great, do that. And I might actually use it that way. And so the other thing about this is you could put other things, like for instance in the LITE version, this is how I carry a laptop in the LITE version. I just have this brown buffalo laptop sleeve, put in the back, boom, and now I have the ability to carry my laptop inside and in my iPad in the front. So that's just it. But there's tons of features on this to make this a standout because of this loop and webbing, PALS webbing, that you can put just about anything in here. So that's really awesome. But you can hang multiple things in there, whether it's something like this, or if you went triplet design, you could just carry one of these things in there, more further organization on the back. So again, plenty of options with this bag for customization just because of the details they put into the Evade 1.5. So awesome, awesome features. Big fan of everything that the Evade line has in terms of everyday carry mode. And I really delayed this for a long time because I didn't really know if I was going to like it. But now that I have them both, it's really going to be a tough call between which one stays here. I really just can't keep both, I don't think. I don't know, should I keep both? I really kind of want to keep both. One finer detail that I almost skipped over, almost forgot, but not quite. I caught it before the end of our filming of this video. And really, because I'd done the LITE version, I knew about this, and so, but I almost forgot. There are these little tiny pockets, well, pocket openings, this one pocket, on the back panel. And again, this is the Evade part of this because there's loop fabric in there. Perfect spot for you to put a weapon of some sort in there if that's the way you're going to travel. Not in the airport, of course, but anywhere around town, you could put that in this back panel. And again, the other part of this, I talked about a bladder on the main compartment. You wouldn't do that. But there is a D-ring on the inside, the very top of this compartment, D-ring, where you could hang a bladder in there and just route it out this side pocket and then up onto your straps. So that's how you would really carry a bladder in the Evade 1.5 if you were going to go outside. And again, access that pocket from either side in case you're lefty, righty, sling it from the left, sling it from the right, you name it, go to town, whatever it is. You have the ability to carry something on this pouch, or in this bag, which is awesome. All right, finally, so which one's a keeper? Which one's going to hit the for sale rack? I don't have a for sale rack, but anyway, which one's going to be a keeper? I don't know. It's really a tough call. And I do love the ballistic material. It definitely is a probably lug around all the time kind of a bag. The 500D is still going to be as good, but doesn't appear to be as awesome. But I do love the feel of 500D in just about every bag that I've had. That laptop compartment is kind of nice. Whether it's worth the wait, I don't know. But I really have some tough decisions to make in terms of what bag am I going to use. If I needed to travel, I wanted an everyday carry, a secondary bag that had multiple tech devices, the laptop and the iPad Pro. So I have used the Axiom 24 before, like it. Have other great bags that are also good in that category, but this is definitely a strong contender just because how well this bag is built. I'm looking forward to getting a Whitley in the next couple of weeks to see how that one compares maybe to this one. I did get the ballistic in that bag, and I've got some other things coming that will, obviously compare that with. So in the meantime, really great bag, really a lot of features. And again, this one's got, the LITE's got the bigger Yeti on the side, so cool, fits if you need a little more water. And then I've got this Peak Design carbon fiber tripod, which again, if I were on the go, wanted to take photos in the woods, wherever I happen to be, this would be the bag, well, either one of these, but this bag definitely carries tripods externally very nicely. Very, very nicely. So, big fan of that. That's it. That's the Evade 1.5 full and light. Great bags, both. Really tough to choose between each. A lot of fantastic features. Very similar interior pockets, obviously, because of the same bag, except for that laptop area. So really it comes down to, what are you carrying every day? Do you need both of those compartments? Do you need the space to carry multiple tech options in that bigger back pocket? Do you want a quick access of those items while they're on the go? If you do, then the full's gonna be for you. For most other people, the light, because it's lighter. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I got a lot more stuff coming out next couple of weeks. You're definitely gonna want to check it out. So hope to see you in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and let's get outside. Enjoy the summer weather wherever you are. Let's go.